everyone, my name is Sue Reynolds and I am the author of the new book, The Athlete Inside. I know that with today's social distancing, it's not possible for you to go to a bookstore to look through books, so I thought I'd bring The Athlete Inside to you. So when I'm in a bookstore and I'm reviewing books, the first thing I look at is a book's back cover. I pull it off the shelf and I'll see who endorsed that book. So for The Athlete Inside, the book was endorsed by Gwen Jorgensen, who is the 2016 Olympic gold medalist in triathlon, Bob Babbitt, who is in the Hall of Fame for both USA Triathlon and Ironman Triathlon. He's also the co-founder of Competitor Magazine, Rocky Harris, the CEO of USA Triathlon, Matt Fitzgerald, who has written a lot of books for endurance triathletes, including Racing Weight, which really spoke to me, and Dr. Ronald Hoffman, who is the host of the Intelligent Medicine radio show. So I was just thrilled to have so many wonderful people say nice things about the book. It was just made me tickled. The next thing I look at usually is the inside flap, so I can kind of see what the book is about. And I always thought that the authors wrote the inside flap, but it's the publisher. So here's what the publisher had to say about the book. In January 2010, Reynolds was morbidly obese at 335 pounds. After being on yo-yo diets almost all her life, she tried one more time without much hope for positive results. But this time was different. She was fed up with not being able to do things because of her size. She was tired of not being able to tie her own shoes, fit in restaurant booths, or walk more than a few feet without getting winded. She was ready. The Athlete Inside follows Reynolds' journey as she lost 200 pounds and found an athlete hiding inside her body. From her first walk to the neighbor's mailbox to finishing 6th at the World Triathlon Championship, Reynolds discovered the joy of conquering fear and pride to find that the best version of herself had been there all along. A world-class triathlete and a grandmother, Reynolds is proof that you can transform your life at any age. Her story is one of hope, tenacity, and faith, as she committed to doing whatever it took to be among the best triathletes in the world. It's a story about a unique intergenerational relationship between Reynolds and the young coach who earned her trust and helped her develop fitness and confidence. It's a story about the power of kindness and the spiritual growth Reynolds experienced as she realized the compassion that surrounded her was the face of God. Ultimately, it's a story of how each of us can discover amazing gifts and talents within ourselves. Yeah, I thought the publisher did a really nice job of describing the book. It's basically a book about my journey of losing 200 pounds and discovering that I love triathlon, and then discovering beyond that I love to compete in triathlon, and then working my way to the World Championship. So the next thing I tend to look at when I'm reviewing a book is I'll go to the table of contents to see just kind of what was going to be covered in the book. So in the contents, I'll just read through the chapters. Chapter 1 is Becoming Obese, then First Steps and Setbacks, then Reset. Then Chapter 4 is First Triathlon. That is one of my favorite chapters. I was scared to death in that first triathlon, but I was able to make it. The next chapter was Becoming Coachable after I found my coach, Coach Brandt. Facing Fear, Finding Courage as I started to compete in some bigger, more scary triathlons. Discovering the Athlete Inside. I Know This Is You, God. No Stone Unturned, that was about the commitment to really doing what peak performers do in order to get to the top. Who Am I? That was a chapter about when I was no longer overweight and I lost my identity because I had always been an obese person, and for several weeks I couldn't figure out who I was. I was kind of lost. Team USA, about making the team. Building the Team with Coach Brandt. Then Catastrophe, Faith, and Cozumel. That was a story about when we were preparing for Worlds and Coach Brandt had a crisis in his family. And I'm just so grateful to my coach for sharing that with me and also allowing me to put it in the book, because I learned just a ton about strength and where strength comes from. It really, watching him and his family go through that crisis really was a life changer for me. So I was really glad that he let me share that in the book. And then a chapter that's just called Worlds, about my first World Championship and all the excitement of that. And then finally, the last chapter is Blues and Joys. The blues of looking at when you come home and all the excitement is gone. You just feel kind of empty for a little bit. And then the joy of going to my second World Championship, where I finished 6th and first American. And I thought that would be a good place to end the book. So those are the chapters. The other thing, that if you were glancing through the book in the store, you would find that there's a photo section in the middle. And it's been kind of fun for me to look at these photos. I think it's really interesting, for me at least, to see how the size of my body changed. These photos are in chronological order. So you can see in the first photos, there I am, and you can see I was kind of big, and the photo in the bottom there is my first triathlon. There I am running with the bike, or walking with the bike. Yeah, and then, just looking at season 2, there I am in red, still heavy, still had some weight to lose in order to be as fast as I wanted to be. And then at the bottom, that's season 3, and I'm starting to get close to race weight there, but not quite at it. And then just looking at the last page of photos, this is my very favorite photo of all my triathlon photos. That's after the race where I finished 6th at Worlds, and I just was so happy, and I'm holding my bike up in celebration. And then the last photo is my family, who have really just supported me through all of this. So yeah, so there's the book. All the proceeds are going to USA Triathlon Foundation. The foundation's mission is to help people reach their dreams through triathlon. And I thought, I've reached my dream. What a better way to use the proceeds from the book than to help other people reach their dreams. So the book comes out April 28th. You can get it on Barnes & Noble and Amazon right now. And if you order it now, it will be shipped so that you get it on the release date, which would be really exciting. And on Amazon, it's on sale. The Kindle version is half price right now, and the hardcover is 10% off on Amazon. I don't know if Amazon will still have it on sale after it launches, so if you want to be sure of saving a few dollars, this would be the time to purchase. So that's the book, and thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you.